Welcome to biochemistry lecture. In today's lecture, we are going to discuss glycogenesis. Glycogen is a highly branched polymer of glucose. The synthesis of glycogen from the glucose is called glycogenesis. Glycogenesis, where it takes place, it is taking place in the cytosol. What are the requirements of glycogenesis? Glycogenesis process needs the following substances like ATP, adenosine triphosphate, UTP, that is uridine triphosphate, and glucose molecule. So these things are called primer. So primer is the substances which is firstly needed for production of some new substance. So basically glycogen is produced from glucose. So glycogenesis is stimulated by the presence of hormone called insulin. So in biochemistry paper, glycogenesis is also repeated question. So in carbohydrate unit, either we can expect TCA cycle or glycolysis, otherwise we can expect glycogenesis. Now let's see detailing about glycogenesis. So it occurs in different steps. In the first step, the glucose is transported into the liver cells by specific glucose transporter. So glycogenesis takes place in the liver. So what is happening at first stage? Glucose is transported into the liver cell by a specific glucose transporter whereby it is immediately phosphorylated. So the glucose undergoes phosphorylation once it enter in the liver cells. So phosphorylation you know very well. So by the phosphorylation process, the ATP molecule is converted into ADP molecule, which you are seeing in this reaction. Most of the glucose in the cell is in the form of glucose 6-phosphate. Once the glucose enter inside the cell, the format of glucose is converted into glucose 6-phosphate with the help of the enzyme glucokinase. So hope you understood the step 1. Now let's see the step 2. In step 2, glucose 6-phosphate is undergoing epimerization to form glucose 1-phosphate. For this, the enzyme phosphoglucomutase is responsible. So in step 2, glucose 6-phosphate is converted into glucose 1-phosphate. This reaction is called epimerization. The enzyme responsible for this conversion is phosphoglucomutase. Now step 3. In step 3, glucose 1-phosphate reacts with UTP, uridine triphosphate. Glucose 1-phosphate reacts with UTP and gets converted into UDP glucose, that is uridine diphosphate glucose. This reaction is catalyzed by an enzyme called UDPG, that is uridine diphosphate glucophosphorylase. The enzyme which is catalyzing the conversion of glucose 1-phosphate into uridine diphosphate glucose is uridine diphosphate glucose pyrophosphorylase. So in step 3, glucose 1-phosphate undergoing conversion to form uridine diphosphate glucose. The reaction is catalyzed by the enzyme UDPG pyrophosphorylase. Now, what is happening in step 4? UDP glucose, uridine diphosphate glucose, is transferred to glycogen primer. So, this glycogen primer is nothing but the unbranched glucose is called glycogen primer. UDP glucose is transferred to glycogen primer. This reaction is catalyzed by the enzyme glycogen synthase. This reaction is catalyzed by the enzyme glycogen synthase. Glycogen synthase helps in conversion of u- uridine diphosphate glucose to glucose, unbranched glucose. So unbranched glucose means it is a glycogen primer. This glucose does not have branches. It is a linear structure glucose molecule. Now what is happening in next step? The glycogen primer is formed on a protein known as glycogenin. This glycogen primer, that is unbranched glucose, is is produced on a protein substances that is called glycogenin. Glycogenin is nothing but it is a protein substance in which the unbranched glucose is formed. The glycogen primer is known as unbranched glucose. The unbranched glucose which is formed on the protein is known as glycogenin. After this, further glucose molecule is linked with the primer. So we have lot of glucose molecule in our body. Another glucose molecule will pair with or it will link with this glycogen primer. So we know that glycogen primer is a unbranched glucose. So what is happening here? The new glucose molecule will link with this primer. So what is primer? It is a unbranched glucose. So where it is branching? It is branching at the non-reducing end. So in the chemical structure, in the non-reducing end, the branching occurs at the alpha 1,4 glycosidic linkages. So the branching takes place with the help of a link or bond. That type of bond is called alpha 1,4 glycosidic linkages. As a result of that, the glucose molecule is elongating in its structure and it results in the elongation of the pre-existing branch. So the unbranched glucose, that is glycogen primer, when joins with another glucose molecule at the non-reducing end with the help of a bond called alpha 1,4 glycosidic linkage, the branch is elongated in its structure. Now what is happening? This results in the formation of unbranched glycogen. This results in the formation of unbranched glycogen. Unbranched glycogen forms how? By the glucose molecule binds to the un non-reducing end with the help of a bond called alpha 1,4 glycosidic linkages. Now what is happening? Now we have seen that UDP, that is uridine diphosphate glucose, and this glycogen primer are the basic substrate for the glycogen synthase. The basic substance, the basic substrate, two substrate. One is that UDP glucose and the glycogen primer. So this both will be joined together and with the help of the enzyme glycogen synthase, what is happening? The glycogenesis, the production of glycogen is produced. The glycogen substances produced. So that you can see here. Once the straight chain, I will show that in diagram. Once the straight chain, which is containing nearly 11 glucose residue is formed. So because of this alpha 1,4 glycosidic linkages, what is happening? Elongation of the unbranched glucose takes place. So once the straight chain containing nearly 11 glucose residue is formed, like that each and every time one new glucose molecule is making the branch with the unbranched glucose. So up to 11 glucose residue once it is formed. The branching enzyme, there is a specific enzyme called branching enzyme. This branching enzyme removes a block of 7 to 8 glycosyl residue from the growing chain and transfer it to the neighboring chain. So what is the role of branching enzyme? The branching enzyme will remove the 7 to 8 glycosyl residue. So in the 11 glucose residue, at least 7 to 8 glycosyl residue will be removed from the growing chain and it will be transferred to the neighboring chain. Now, this branch point again grows with the addition of glucose molecule at the alpha 1,4 linkage. At the alpha 1,4 linkage. Finally, what is happening? This results in the formation of highly branched glycogen structure. This results in the formation of highly branched glycogen structure. Now, this reaction I will show you in the diagram. So, very simple. So, this is the unbranching glucose. So, the nearest glucose molecule along with the presence of UDP glucose and glycogen synthase, the linkage is formed alpha 1,6 linkage. What is the role of branching enzyme? The branching enzyme will split. The branching enzyme will split the glucose molecule around 1 to, so here we have seen the branching enzyme removes the block of 7 to 8 glycosyl residue from the growing chain. So this chain is growing. So the branching enzyme will break the linkage around 7 to 8, 3, 6, 7. So that will be broken and this will be again joining with another molecule. So by this way, the glycogen is produced. This is called glycogen synthesis. So in the exam, you need to draw this diagram. So when you draw, use different colors to separate the branches. So this is what we learned today, glycogen synthesis. Otherwise, it is called glycogenesis. You must keep one thing in mind. So in the first reaction, we have seen that glucokinase is responsible for conversion of glucose to glucose 6-phosphate. That is in the liver. This conversion takes place in the liver. Another enzyme is there. So this glycogenesis also takes place in the muscle. So in the muscle, the conversion of glucose to glucose 6-phosphate is done by the enzyme called hexokinase. So mainly it occurs in the cytosol. Glycogenesis occurs in the liver also, in the muscle also. In the liver, glucokinase enzyme is responsible for the glucose to glucose 6-phosphate conversion. Whereas in the muscle, the glucose is converted into glucose 6-phosphate by the enzyme called hexokinase. So this is about glycogenesis. Hope you understood and you can able to write this question answer in the exam very easily. Meet you again with another topic tomorrow. Take care. Bye.